Hello and welcome back to another On Wrestling and another edition of Smackdown Out of 10. And of course it is a big episode of Smackdown today because it is the Smackdown after Crown Jewel. And yeah, we got some big matches on this card, including Drew McIntyre against Jacob Fatu battling out for number one contendership, or did they? And much more. But we start things off with the GM, Nick Aldis, who informed the universe that the scheduled match between Fatu and Drew McIntyre was going to be a number one contenders bout, with the winner facing Cody. The American Nightmare made his way to the ring to kick off the show, drawing a big ovation. He immediately addressed his loss to Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel before setting his sights on this week's show and the number one contenders match. He said he, like the fans, would sit back and watch the showdown between McIntyre and Fatu as they fought to become his next challenger. Interesting. Before our first match of the night, the Women's Tag Team Championships on the line when Sol Ruka and Zaria challenged Flair and Bliss in the night's opening contest. Camera caught on row at ringside watching Ruka, who she will challenge for the North American Championship at Halloween Havoc next Saturday night. The challengers worked over Bliss through the break, highlighting the tag chemistry that allowed them to propel themselves to this opportunity. A hot tag sparked a furious comeback for the main roster combo as Flair took down and beat up Zaria. The momentum came to an end with a tag to Ruka, who fought off both champions. The double champ then rocked the Queen with a snell snatch, only for Bliss to break up the pin. The action spilled to the floor, distracting Ruka, allowing Flair to capitalise and take out the knee. The figure eight followed with a knee Chinese Flair to tap out. I thought a good win for her, while also doing a lot for Ruka and Zaria. So yeah, 6 out of 10. As we then moved on to Nick Aldis' insistence on the alternative. Sami Zayn hit the ring for his latest Ovation challenge. The Miz attempted to answer, but he found himself on the receiving end of an attack from Carmelo Hayes, leaving the champ alone in the ring until Ilya Dragunov made a long-awaited return, drawing a strong reaction from the fans. After a year away from the ring due to a severe knee injury, Dragunov took the bell to fight Zayn. After the break, both champion and challenger exchanged blows, holding counters and reversals, drawing a "This is awesome" chant. Back for another time out, the Mad Dragon delivered a sentence on the should have Zayn away, but the champion kicked out at 2. When the challenger tried for the H-bomb, Zayn met him with a big boot to the face. Late in the match, the champ set up the Helluva Kick, but was distracted by Solo, allowing Dragunov to mount one last offensive and put Zayn away with a H-bomb, winning the gold in his first match back. After the match, the MFTs attacked both competitors, and a save from Rey Fenix fell short. As the heel stood tall, Bo Dallas appeared in a pre-tape video, issuing a warning to the faction before Rowan Loomis gazing across, hopped on the apron and stared them down. Yeah, a very interesting start to the show. This obviously great for Dragunov. Very happy he's back. A brilliant match as well. I think it allowed Zayn to go further up the card, and I'm very pleased to see Dragunov back in such a featured position too. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. We then got Motor City Machine Guns versus Los Garzas. A backstage confrontation between the teams resulted in tag action. Angel and Berto isolated Shelley early on, cutting him off from a partner. They controlled the pace of this bout throughout the break. When Saban tagged in, they continued their dominance, wiping the babyfaces out at ringside. Back in the ring, the former tag champ seized one opening, delivered Skull and Bones, and picked up a much needed victory. And hopefully, can be a bit of a momentum booster for MCMG, because obviously haven't seen as much of them on TV recently. So I'm going to get a 5 out of 10. As we then move to what was supposed to be our main event, cameras caught Jacob Fatu lying out backstage as a result of a sneak attack. Blood and possibly teeth were lying on the ground. It's clear he was unable to compete. In the arena, a furious Rose arrived on the scene, and it's saying, "Do you want your title match? You can have it tonight." The long-time Royals brawled up at ringside area, beating each other up throughout the break. When the fight entered the ring and the bell rang, McIntyre took control quickly, launching Rose with an overhead suplex and later dropping him a future shock DDT. The action spilled outside, where Rose blasted McIntyre with the championship during this qualification. Not the conclusion of the fight. Instead, Rose climbed the announce table and set up for his finisher before security arrived. The champ launched himself off the top, wiped out security and McIntyre, and stood tall to close the show. Yeah, crazy angle for Cody to kind of cause DQ as a babyface. Obviously, it's going to lead to a big match in the next pay-per-view, I presume. But yeah, very hot angle. Obviously, writes Jacob Fatu off. He's going to be off TV for a bit. So yeah, best wishes for him. But yeah, a crazy angle. I think definitely up the heat for this match. Overall, SmackDown this week gets a 5 out of 10 from me. It's an all episode that appears as though Patty's injury threw kind of a big hole in the plans. Even if it didn't go, it felt spontaneous, etc. The return of Dragunov and his subsequent match with Zayn, though, was extraordinary and definitely the highlight of the show. On the whole, a mixed episode of the show. 5 out of 10.
That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials. Link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.